Hey y'all, I'm just gonna take a break and I'm gonna come out here on this porch and I'm gonna talk to y'all. And I appreciate y'all stopping by because, boy, I need a break. Oh, goodness, this is a Friday afternoon and I've been busy this morning. I'm really tired, but I've been really busy. I've had to do some laundry and I had some peppers I needed to get put up and taken care of to put in the freezer, and had to cook lunch for my daughter so she could go on to work and handle some business, administrative crap, bills and stuff. I haven't finished that yet. I needed a break. I'm like, oh, my head's hurting. I'm gonna come out here on the porch. I'm gonna talk to y'all. And I appreciate y'all stopping by so I can get out here on this porch. Oh my goodness, y'all, I don't even know where to start. It has been a week, and I mean a week. It seems like these past 3 or 4 weeks have just been like that. Lord have mercy. So anyhow, since I saw y'all last, I was supposed to go Monday to pick up the handicap camper. Went back to Lazy Days to pick it up. Well, guess what? I don't have a camper out in the driveway. And I'm gonna tell y'all why. We bought this camper on April 3rd from Lazy Days RV. And we went back a week later because we asked to have a tankless water heater put in and have it cleaned and all that stuff. Went back a week later, picked it up, had the water heater in it, and signed the paperwork and everything, brought it home. Well, we got home and we found out they didn't clean it. It was full of dog hair. Full of dog hair everywhere. I love dogs. I don't have one, but. So we called them up. They said, bring it back. We'll clean it, make it right, blah, blah, blah. And in between, so we took it back. The day we took it back, we got a call from, and we asked about the title. We asked Lazy Days. When we were there, we're like, okay, should we get the title? Because we only have 30 days, a 30-day tag. And this had been like, by now it's been 2 weeks since we bought it. Of course, they tried to tell us we had 60 days, which that we don't. We checked with the DMV. We don't. You only have 30 days in where I live. But they kept insisting we had 60 days. So anyway, we asked about the title. So we left there, and because we left it with them to clean it and do what they were supposed to already have done. And we wanted to add another toilet, a new toilet, which we were going to buy and take it and drop it off to them. So anyway, we left there, and my husband and I went to Walmart, and we got a call from the bank. We didn't own it. The paperwork, they sent the wrong paperwork. It wasn't even done. We didn't really own this RV. So anyhow, we had another 2 weeks that we fought back and forth. And so Monday, after another 2.5 weeks, they called us, told us it was ready. So we went Monday to pick it up. Wasn't ready. They never cleaned it. It was still full of dog hair. They never cleaned it. Never cleaned it, vacuumed, washed it, nothing. They did install the toilet that we bought, though. My husband was mad because this has been going on for over a month now. It's going on 5 weeks. My husband was so mad because they still didn't clean it. So the guy at the dealership, he's like, well, you know what? Why don't we just we can call it if you want to, and we'll just part as friends. And I know he was calling my husband's bluff. My husband sat there for a few minutes, and he said, you know what? Let's do it. Let's part as, we're not partying as friends, I promise you. But my husband's like, I'm done. I'm done with this. So we had already put down a $4,000 deposit on it. So we went back into the financial office to get the deposit, and they supposedly ran the deposit. I saw it on the bank pending. Got up the next morning, it was gone. It didn't post. I called the bank, said they never funded it. The bank said that Lazy Days never funded it. So I filed a dispute with the bank, which fortunately I have a big national bank, and I filed a complaint with the Attorney General's office in our state because I wanted my $4,000 back. And also I let them know what they did because they ran my husband's credit without his permission and filled out a new application for a new loan without his permission. So anyway, we got all that going on, and we still didn't have a camper, but we were, we're already 30 plus days, and you only have 30 to 45 days before it, to do it and not hurt your credit, till the shop around period or whatever they call it. So man, now we've got less than 10 days to try to find another camper. and get one bought. And we searched, I mean, we searched and we searched and we searched. My husband and I spent like 2 solid days. I mean, looking all over the United States trying to find something that would work for us. So we went up to Camping World the next day. I had to go into town to go to the doctor. And we decided to go up to Camping World and talk to them. They had one in their shop getting fixed, and we looked at it and we liked it, and we were just almost ready to buy it. We were negotiating costs and all that stuff, and we were just almost ready to buy it. My husband said, you know what, let me go look at it one more time. So he went back out there, and this time he was like looking at the bones of it, I guess you want to call it, because my husband's a mechanic. And he just so happened to look up. The Lord had led him. The Holy Spirit said, look up. And he looked up, and the whole thing on one side on the roof was just full of patches. And he asked him, he's like, okay, what's this? Well, whoever they bought that camper from had hit a tree, or wherever they bought it from. It had hit a tree, and it had scraped all the way down that side and ripped the ladder off. So they told him, he's like, well, yeah, but it didn't penetrate, it didn't show, they just did it for precautionary, blah, blah, blah. This thing looked ugly. I mean, there's these white patches all the way down the side. I mean, boom, boom, boom. It looked ugly. And it was like $70-something thousand for this camper. 75, I think it was, something like that. And I'm like, I told my husband, I said, there's no way I'm going to do that. I am not pulling into a campground and looking like this. I'm not doing it, and especially not for $70-something thousand. I'm not going to buy a camper that I got to call it patches. So we were like, okay, we left because we weren't buying that. And that was the only one they had. So, I mean, we're just scouring the internet. So we found another one. Sorry about the traffic, y'all. But hey, I'm out here on the porch. So we found another one close to us, but it's a couple hundred miles away, that we were talking with the dealership on, that we were considering getting. And it just so happened that I told my husband, I said, let's go back to this other dealership that we had been to before, Camperland. And I said, let's go over there and just see if they might have something, because we hadn't talked to them yet. We had talked to like every other camp dealership in this, in the Metroplex. So anyway, we went over there, and the only thing they had was this one camper that was on consignment. It wasn't even theirs, it was on consignment. They were, helping selling it for somebody. But it happened to be a bunkhouse that we needed. So we went and we looked at it, and it was beautiful. It wasn't very old, it was a 23, but it was beautiful. But it had a little bit of damage where they just scraped a skirt on it. So, but it was $79,000. That was like way more than what we had anticipated paying for one. So we went home and we talked about it, and we still looked around the internet and all over, and we talked about it and talked about it. So finally we decided, okay, we're not comfortable at $79,000, so let's see if we can negotiate a little bit on it. And so anyway, we ended up negotiating it down and to $72,000, and we bought it. Matter of fact, we just did it earlier today. We agreed on the price and got all the financing and all this stuff. So anyway, so it's now going through its inspection and wash, wax, clean, and all that stuff, if they do it. We've already been here before. And so we go on, I think it's 20th. May 20th, I think it is, Tuesday, 21st, whatever it is, that's a Tuesday, and we go to sign the paperwork and inspect it, do our walkthrough, and pick it up, if, again, they cleaned it. And I am not going to lie to you, I am not nervous about the camper, but we have been lied to, deceived, so much in this 6-week ordeal we've dealt with, lazy days, and that I'm trying not to be cynical, but I'm also, don't have anything else to go by. But, so anyway, hopefully in a couple of weeks, I will have the new handicap camper 2.0, and I will show it to y'all, because it's beautiful. It's beautiful. So beautiful. And hopefully this one's going to work out, and I'm going to get started on this life that I'm going to live. I am going to move into a camper if I have to pay cash for one. And I am going to start living this life that I want to live that's helpful to my disease. So, that being said, on to the next thing. So anyway, so that was Monday. Tuesday, I had a dermatologist appointment. Went to that, and same old, trying to get me to get on biologics. I don't want to do biologics. I just don't want to do it. I have done methotrexate. I've done Otezla. I've done leflutamide. And when I was on leflutamide and Otezla, I began to get some masses in my breast, right breast. And when that started showing up, I quit. And I said, no more. This disease isn't going to kill me. It does disable me, hurts my quality of life, but it won't kill me. But cancer can. So I quit doing it, and I said I'm not going to do it anymore. And of course, they want me to do biologics to clear my skin up because I do have it pretty bad on my hands and feet. So I said, well, I have a rheumatology appointment the next day, and we'll talk to them about it. But I said I don't plan on doing it. So she gave me this cream to try and gave me some samples about it and blah, blah, blah. Said it was non-steroidal and all that stuff. And anyway, so I got home and I never heard of it. It's a new drug. I got home and she wrote out a prescription, but it had to come from a special pharmacy. And I'm like, okay, that's kind of strange. So I got home and I did some research, and sure enough, it's a biological cream. It's a PDEF or whatever 4 thing. It's just like Otezla, just in a cream form. And I'm like, I told you I don't want to do biologics. That's why it has to come from a specialty pharmacy. And I'm like, there's no way I'm going to be able to. It's like $1,000 a tube. And I have, I just have Medicare because I'm on disability. And if any of y'all have Medicare out there, it don't pay much, or you have to pay 25% because it's a formulary drug or whatever, but it's too expensive. And I tried to tell them that, and of course I'm right. So anyway, so I put it on one time, and then I happened to put it on, and then I read up on it. And it has all the exact same, reactions and stuff that Otezla has. And I said, I'm not doing this, so I haven't used it anymore because I don't want to do biologics. So anyway, that Wednesday, went to the rheumatologist. Well, it wasn't really the rheumatologist, it was that family nurse practitioner rheumatology person that I was telling y'all about last week. So anyway, I went to see it. Yeah, right. Anyway, so she was very, very nice, very knowledgeable, but I do take steroid injections, and she's telling me that the steroid injections are the worst things that I can do. Now, I know steroids aren't good for long-term use. I know they're bad. I know they harm your body long-term use. And I know all this. But she was just like, she was really nice about it, but she was getting on to me about using steroids all the time and telling me about how I need to not use them, that there's better drugs available that are safer, better for me to treat this disease, to get me to where they try to promise you that you're going to be normal, that it'll be as if you don't have this disease at all. And that's not true. It's not true. It doesn't work like that. For some, it may, but it doesn't work like that for everybody. It's not a guarantee. And I told her, I'm not doing Humira, I'm not doing Taltz, Stelara, I'm not doing the biologics. I'm just not going to do it. The risk is not worth the reward for me. So then she started telling me that it's not actually the drug that causes the cancer, that it's the inflammation that my body produces anyway. I don't know if that's true or not. I haven't done any research on it. I just haven't had time. And I'm like, well, that's the first I've ever heard of that. I've never even read that. Then I'm thinking, okay, so, and she's like, well, they were probably going to get the cancer. Those that get it were probably going to get the cancer anyway, because it's the inflammation that this disease produces is what causes it. And I'm like, okay, well, like I said, I have not done any research on that. I've never heard of it until she said that to me. But I told her, I said, but in the meantime, I'm still not. Then she's like talking to me about infusions. And I told her, I said, my last rheumatologist, he tried to get me to do infusions too, but I price out. I can't afford it because my insurance does not pay very much on it. And because they're very expensive. And it was before, when I told her, I said it was going to cost me nearly $1,000 a shot, or an infusion, a treatment, which is once a month. And I don't have that kind of cash. I don't have that kind of money. And I tried to tell her that, and she's like, well, I have lots of people who are on Medicare who do this. And I'm like, yes, but they're probably dual insured. They have Medicare and Medicaid. I don't have that. I'm only on Medicare. And I told her, I said, but I don't have any desire to do any of that stuff. So I told her, I said, I tell you what, I said, you get with insurance, you find out what it's going to cost. If I don't price out, I'll consider it. I haven't heard anything, but I know good and well I'm going to price out, and it's going to be more than I can afford. So then she was talking to me about these injections in my knees, about instead of using steroids. And she's told me that it's a gel, a very thick gel that's made from rooster combs. And I'm like, what? I have never heard of that. And I was like, I was just at the orthopedic doctor last week and got the steroid injections. And none of my rheumatologists have ever spoke to me about this. None of my orthopedic doctors have ever spoke to me about this. That give me the steroids. And I told her, I said, I've never heard of that. So she gave me the name of it. It was like, I don't even know. I don't have it with me. Sorry. I'll try to put it in the description if I remember. But anyway, I haven't done any research on it or anything like that. And I'm like, okay. I said, you're going to have to give me time to research this before I do this, because I did take thyroid medicine. Because I asked her, I said, will my body reject it and react to it? Because I tried to take the pig thyroid, I think it's a Mure or something thyroid medicine that's made from the pig thyroid, and I couldn't take it because it made me sick. And I told her, she's like, well, I've never heard of it doing that, but it's a good question. And I'm like, yeah, it's a really good question, because this is made from a rooster comb. And I have an autoimmune disease that attacks things in my body thinking that it's bad. So when I inject a foreign object in here in my knee, what's that going to be like? And then she told me, she said it's like a very thick gel, and she said the only thing that she's heard of people complain is that it's painful and pressure, because it does separate the joint a little bit to put a cushion in there. I said, okay, well, let me research it. Well, and I'll see. As I have to go back in 3 months, and I'll let you know. Well, yesterday I get this call from this pharmacy about this injection, and wanted to know if I knew, the cost that it was going to be. I was like, no, I don't. And I was like, what are you talking about? I said, I don't even go back for 3 months. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Well, anyway, she told me it's $275 with my insurance per shot, per knee. So by the time I probably have to pay for a certain, on top of my copay, I'll probably have to pay a certain fee, because it's probably a special injection. You're looking at nearly $300 per knee. That's $600 every few months, if you can get it to last 3 months, that I gotta pay. I don't have that kind of money. That's a lot of money. And I'm like, well, a steroid injection doesn't cost me anything. And I'm like, I don't have that kind of money to do that. But I'm not dual insured. So anyway, if any of y'all have had that done, please let me know. Or if you've done the infusions, let me know what it's like, side effects, if it helped. Did you have to take something else with it? Because, like leflutamide or something like that. Let me know. And like I said, if any of y'all have done this rooster injection comb thingy shot, man, let me know, because I would love to have my knees feel better. And I do know that steroids are bad, but I'm putting foreign animal parts in my body, and it's like weird. So anyway, but she was really nice and seemed very informative. It's just, all this medicine and that, it's probably good, and it's great, and I know that doctors want to make you feel better and all that. That's their job. But the thing is somebody's got to pay for all that, and that somebody is me. Not only do I have to pay for it, but I'm the one that has to live through it if it goes south and doesn't work. So, but I still, you got to pay for it. And so anyway, but they ran a bunch of test blood, like 9 vials of blood. I've never had to give up 9 vials of blood at one time. I was like, man, y'all, I still got to walk out of here. And and I did. And they did a DEXA scan, and which was really, I've had DEXA scans before. I get one every year. I've had for the last couple of years I've had one because I am osteopenia because of I had a hysterectomy at 30 plus the steroids plus my disease. So anyway, but this time they did both my hips. They did my back because of my ankylosing spondylitis. They did my back and they did my forearm. So I was really excited about that because the other two that I had at my old clinic, all they did was just did one hip and that was it. So I was really impressed with that. I was really impressed because I'm really. It's good to to see how my back's holding up because of the ankylosing spondylitis. So, but anyhow, and then yesterday, Wednesday, wait, no, Wednesday. Today's Friday. Oh, God, I don't even know what day it is. Anyway, Wednesday was town day to go buy groceries and go out to eat and things like that. So, I mean, it's like run these past couple of weeks I've been going like 3 or 4 days a week and I am just tired. I mean tired. I'm just tired. I have one more doctor appointment next week on Tuesday and I told my husband, I said, I don't care unless I gotta go to the hospital because I'm nearly dead. I am not doing another doctor for at least a month. I've had this will make 5 in the last 3 weeks. And I'm tired. I don't like doctors to begin with, but I'm tired. I'm tired of running. I'm just tired. I'm pretty exhausted right now. So anyhow, so today has been. Yesterday I had to work on my chicken pen and get my eggs and all that stuff and get my chickens some food and I had to do a few other chores around the house and so today was like I said, put the peppers up and I had to wash my husband's socks because I guess he thinks he needs clean socks every once in a while for work. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to go out on the porch and I'm going to have a little talk and I'm just going to relax and take a little break for a moment. We actually got really nice weather here. We've had some serious rain. Like, we had nearly 8 inches of rain in the last 30 days, my husband said. But it's been pretty nice. Yesterday and today we've been like in the 70s and it's just really nice. Really, really, really nice. Especially for being May. And the wind's not blowing 150,000 miles an hour for once, and that's nice too. But it's just been so much going on. I mean, with this camper, and we're selling our old house, and it's going through its due, and it's already been appraised and going through the final stages. I think we close in a couple of weeks. So we got that going on as well, and then and it's like wow, doctors, the camper, the house. It's just a lot. And I wanted to ask y'all something. I've been meaning to say this, and I may have already said it, but I'm sorry if I did. But I'm gonna ask again. Do y'all struggle when you get like really stressed or really tired? Do you struggle to get up? I mean, I wake up in the mornings and it's like I have to fight myself to get up because all I want to do is just lay there. I just don't want to lay there. I don't want to breathe. I don't want to exist. I just want to lay there because I'm tired. I'm just really tired. And I was just curious if anybody else had to fight themselves to get up out of bed sometimes or all the time. Mine is more than not. Probably 90+% of the time I have to do that. But the more that I have going on and the more stressed I get, the more that my brain just doesn't work. It's the more I have brain fog, the more my cognitive shuts down, the more that I'm forgetful. It's just, yeah, it's a thing. But and I mean, do y'all have that same problem? I mean, please, if you do, let me know. I mean, is there tricks that you do or things that you do? I mean, just let me know in the comments, and let me know. But anyhow, y'all, I got FedEx fixing to deliver, so I'm gonna get off of here, and I will talk to you. I told y'all I keep it real, I keep it live. I don't edit or anything, and so I don't want him walking up here and seeing me talking to myself. I'm not gonna lie. So anyway, I would thanks for stopping by, and I really appreciate it. I've had a great time, and thanks for giving me a break and listening to me. Talk to me in the comments, let me know, and I will see y'all next week. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.